welcome to the Trombone Visualizer Show, Episode 2. And thanks for tuning in. We're going to be going over a lot of cool stuff this episode, but mainly we're going to be focusing on the F major drone chord. So check it out. We're also going to not forget about the bass trombone. We're going to do a little bit of stuff with that. And we're also going to go into some time exercises. So I hope you dig it. Enjoy. Smash that thumbs up button and make sure you're subscribed because we're going to get into some really cool stuff. But first, let's do 1 minute trombone visualizer news. Today in 1 minute trombone visualizer news. Trombone Day at Mount Sac was hosted by Karen Ballard on February 22nd. It featured Tony Baker, Brad Edwards, and Bones West with performances and exhibits. The American Trombone Workshop was March 12th through 14th in Arlington, Virginia. The Disneyland Band came from California to visit Disney World in Florida and performed in front of the Cinderella Castle and met with the Main Street Philharmonic for the first time in history. Chris Bill released on YouTube the epic ITF collaboration video of I Will Survive, recorded by 60 trombonists at the 2024 ITF. The 2025 International Trombone Festival is July 16th through 19th in London, Ontario, Canada, and will feature such artists as Christian Lindbergh, Jimmy Bosch, Fred Wesley, and many more. The Southwest Trombone Conference will be from July 22nd through 27th and feature trombonist Jim Nova. Gunhild Carling is touring all over the U.S. Go check out her calendar. Eric Lattice recently released an album, Local Area Network, and Alton Brandon Sankolar released an album entitled Unleashed on March 28th. And that's 1 minute trombone visualizer news. Crush that thumbs up button. If there's news coming up and you think I should cover, put it in the comments or message me and let me know. If you're not already, subscribe and make sure that you're getting notifications because I'm going to do more of these, but I need your help spreading the word about the show. Last episode, I talked about the warm-up course, but today I'm going to focus mostly on the Trombone Visualizer Easy Chords course at khicksmusic.com. In the course, there are 60 chord drone videos with PDFs of each chord and other perks like a group live stream lesson or even a chance to get a free one-on-one lesson with me. Currently, I have 24 jazz etudes to match each of the 12 major chords and 12 minor chords. I also have 12 etudes with chord progressions, all of which have 3 videos each and PDFs. There's tons of stuff there. You just have to go check it out. The cost of membership is so low compared to the value you get from it. Go on over to khicksmusic.com. That's khicksmusic.com. and sign up for the TV Easy Chords course. Like I mentioned last episode, I like to break things into the 2 most fundamental skills and work on building coordination between those 2 skills after working on them individually. To practice rhythm, I do time exercises, and to practice harmony, I do vertical harmonic practice. That's where the trombone visualizer comes in. Going slow over each chord for about a week of practice is ideal and will unlock your abilities to improvise on the trombone. In the key of F, F is number 1 and the root of the F major chord. Then G is 2, A is the 3, B flat is 4, and C is 5, D is 6, and E is number 7. There's 1 flat in the scale, and that's B flat. It's a lot of trombone players' favorite key because of how many notes are in first position, and the other notes are really, really close to first position. So let's learn to identify every note and its number relationship to the root, learn the slide positions of all the notes as well as the shapes they make on the trombone, learn to play different shapes and work over each chord like arpeggios, pentatonic scales, transcribed vocabulary, and let's memorize it. Let's just memorize what shape it makes and all that stuff. So in the Easy Chords course, click on F major 7 and download the F major PDF. Then click on the link to the secret playlist of Easy Drone Chords on YouTube. There you can watch and hear the F major drone chord while you practice what's on the PDF. Let's pull that up. All right, I'm going to play the scale for you. Play it really slowly. Here we go. So it starts with F down in 6th position, really low. And then F above is in 1st, and above that is in 1st. But the low one is in 6th. Next, let's work on some scale patterns, and here's what it looks like. And here's the next scale pattern. Looks like this. And then licks can also be derived from the arpeggios. Here's the arpeggio. Before it repeats the high F. And here's some arpeggio modes. And I forgot to mention, these are also really good to do along with the chord drone. So let me get that started. Here we go. And here are the pentatonic scales that can be played over the chord. F major in D minor. And D minor sounds more like this. And one thing I like to do, because the pentatonic scales play really well in certain ranges of the horn, I like to work those up to incredible speeds in patterns like this. I like that one. A couple of jazz standards that use this chord include Confirmation, Days of Wine and Roses, and pretty much any tune in the key of F will have the F major chord in there somewhere. And here's that lick that I like to play over that chord, and all these major chords. It just works so well. And of course, it's a great starting point to come up with other licks to play too. All right, let's talk about some other ways to practice over the chord. First, I like to do long tones in tuning. So that includes playing just one note of the chord at a time, starting with the root, also known as the 1. On the trombone visualizer, it's the big red dot. It's also the center of gravity. I think of the root as the center of gravity of a chord. And so sometimes I like to just play that note and then work around that note from there. There's an alternate position. We're going to get into alternate positions too a little bit, because F is one of those that has an alternate position. Right here, F, and right here. If you follow that line right over there, That's your alternate position F. So those are some things to practice over that. But also I like doing the time exercises with that, and like we did before, starting on beat 2. That's a really good thing to do. But yeah, keep trying, experimenting around where you think the note is, and also don't forget to record yourself while you're tuning, because that way you can go back and listen to the recording and double check yourself. Because it's one thing when you're playing the horn, it's a different perspective when you're listening back. So make sure that you're doing plenty of recording yourself while you're practicing. Another thing to do is play the scale, obviously, and I did that for you, and I want you to get really, really comfortable with playing that scale. It's a good time to realize how easy it is to understand the modes of the music, because it's just the same scale but starting on another note. For example, the F major scale starting on F is the first mode of the scale, but if you're starting on G and going from G to G using the same notes in the F major scale, that's just called the second mode, or the Dorian mode. There's funny names that they made up for those, but G to G, it sounds like this. And there's F. And you can do the same thing, A to A, and that's the third mode of the F major scale, and we call that the Phrygian mode. And so forth. There's names for all 7 of them. So check that out. All right, scale patterns. I already mentioned some scale patterns like this. And the one that I also just played was starting on the root and playing any range of notes beyond that. All right, another thing I like to do is close my eyes and memorize the shape of these notes. So I mentioned before about the backbone of a chord is the arpeggio. And so the arpeggio notes of F are these. So I'm visualizing this. And now I got that stuck in my head. And now it's really easy to remember what that sounds like and play around that. And if you just add 2 more notes and it's the pentatonic scale. F, G, A, and D, C. Yeah, so D and G are the notes we add to the arpeggio to make the pentatonic scale. But basically, I'm visualizing everything that I'm doing, and I'm also imagining what it's going to sound like all before I even actually play it. So try practicing with a blindfold on, and you're going to start to see in your mind this visual, because that's where it came from for me in the first place. I started visualizing it in my mind and then had to write down on paper what it was that I was seeing. And obviously I was really excited when there was math behind it, and I had, it just blew my mind. I had to dig into it more, and here I am. All right, so one thing I think is really important to practice is intuitive musicality. Don't just play a bunch of licks. Don't just play the shape, because that's not what we do musically. Because the music should be controlled by the heart. And once you know the shape of the chord, you have to learn to react musically. Just knowing the notes isn't enough. You got to know how to play those notes in a way that'll emotionally connect with the listener. This is how you go from just playing notes in the scale to playing music, and being from a space where you're really in the moment, reacting to your intuitive musical self. One thing that you can try is imagine what you'd like to hear over the chord, and then learn how to play that on the trombone. If you can sing it, record that and transcribe it. But not everybody's a really good singer, so I recommend that you try. Just try. If you're not a good singer, just try singing the next note in your head. So let's turn on the chord, and then I'm gonna just sing an idea and see if I can play it. Ba ba ba. That makes me want to go. Bo 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 bo. And that gives me a lot of ideas. I want to just keep going with that. But this is a skill that I've been developing for a long time, so I'm really good at it. And it might take you a little bit more time to figure out. You might be fishing around for the notes, which is totally fine. You're experimenting. So just do it. Just get in there, and this is improvisation. The next thing is to develop speed. Developing speed over a chord on your instrument is like working up speed with flashcards, because it strengthens the connections of neurons in your brain to make the information more quickly accessible. It's also another tool in your tool belt to be able to play fast when you feel the need for it. It demonstrates technique and ability to execute the tonality on your instrument with great ease. So the method is to start slow, of course, playing from one note to another, and making sure that you're really doing it intentionally. Build up longer phrases as you go, and think about licks and ways you can extend those licks or change direction in the middle of the lick. And obviously, as you shed, keep recording yourself. And if you've recorded something that you like, post it with the hashtag Trombone Visualizer. I want to see what you're doing. I want to see how you're practicing and how it's progressing for you. So I hope that gives you some ideas on how to shed over chord drones. But don't forget about the bass trombone. Let's use some of the techniques we used for the tenor trombone on the bass trombone. First, let's tune B flat in first position. Close enough. Now let's tune the notes in the F major arpeggio. F in sixth position can be played in first position using trigger 1 or V1. So let's start there. Let's turn on the sound of the drone so we have something to tune to besides a tuning device. Use your ear to tune. It's a really good method. A is in second position. And C, we went over that last week. C is in sixth position or first position with the trigger. So to play that arpeggio, we really only have to move one position if you've got the trigger. And then we can add other notes down low and up higher, so let's do that. And now let's add two more notes to make it the pentatonic scale, and that's G and D in both octaves. Oh, I don't have to move. I was thinking I had to move, but first position. If you're having trouble playing lower, play the note you can that's in first position and then gliss down. That's a good method. Like this. It's not quite there yet, but it's getting better. Now that we're really familiar with the notes in the F major pentatonic scale, let's try moving between them really fluid and just get it nice and clean. And obviously, if you get bored of just playing the notes clean and really clear and smooth from note to note, start throwing in some stylistic stuff, you know? Rhythm, articulation, dynamics, even alternate positions for those. Let's see. D. I want to try a different option for D. So we're going to go that one. D with second trigger if you have an independent valve system. You can play that right in sixth. So I don't have to move the slide because F is in sixth and D with the second trigger is also in sixth. You can practice your trills that way. Kind of sounds funny with trills down low. You can make it sound more serious, but for me it sounds funny. There's also this option of D in fifth, so you can go from F to D. And that works on tenor trombones with a F attachment, and it works on bass trombones with just an F attachment, or dependent valve bass trombones. You can't do the second valve if it's a dependent valve system. So in that case, you have to do this one. And it's not fifth position. It's a low. Oh wait, yeah, it is. It's a slightly high fifth position. So it's not right in fifth position. It's slightly above fifth position right here. So check it out. Let's do some time exercises. All right. Let's get that F major chord going. Here we go. I'm going to start with some bass trombone time exercises. Here we go. I love practicing along to some great recordings, but so I don't get demonetized, I'm going to use a drum groove. Let's practice along and really focus on the groove like a rhythm section player would. First exercise, let's play a long tone, but start on beat 2 again. This is one of my favorite exercises because it gets you thinking about what beat you're on, and it puts it on a subconscious level. We hyper-focus on these things right now in our practice so that we don't have to worry about that when we're performing. You know what I mean? All right, so. Good. Now let's move between two notes in halves. Let's do two notes in half notes. We're going to play 2 beats per note. Let's go to corner. Good. All right. Now let's just play around using triplets, offbeats, and repeating rhythms. So here's a triplet. Go down an octave. And let's just play any note in the F major scale in triplets. And if you miss some notes, you might need to simplify a little bit. Because it's better to be 100% accurate than practicing a lot of mistakes. That's one way, not having to move the slide around and just go between notes with the vowels. All right, let's do tenor trombone. And let's do some offbeats. There I was starting on one, but then immediately moving to the offbeat. that's one way to kind of gain your bearing, because sometimes I can get turned around on the beat if I just do offbeats. So, but this is a really good exercise. It allows you to really explore that off beat, the off part of the beat, as they say. Let's also explore a little bit of eighth notes, because there's a lot of different ways you can swing eighth notes. But since we're getting into it a little bit, let's just play the first 5 notes of the major scale, like this. Okay, so that's it for episode 2. Thanks for watching and playing along. Next episode, we're going to go over the B flat major chord and scales on the trombone and bass trombone and get deeper into the details and learn an easy song. So stay tuned, and thanks for supporting the Trombone Visualizer. Remember, ambition without action turns into anxiety, and that's why I'm here. Because I'm way too ambitious to just sit back and not talk about the Trombone Visualizer. And as AI takes everybody's jobs, people are going to need a new hobby. Making music is an action that activates all parts of your brain and vibrates all the cells in your body. That's it for this episode. See you next time.
A tool that's changing the game. It's all about the math, no more guessing names. The trombone visualizer, it's clear as can be. Shows me the slide and where my notes should be. From the first position and out to 7, it guides me right through, all thanks to Kevin. With every note, it lights the way. The partials lined up shows the path to play. Trombone visualizer, let it show me the way. In perfect harmony, no matter what they say. With math as my guide, I hit every note on the slide with precision. I'm ready to go. The slide moves in rhythm like a dance in the air. No more second guessing, no more despair. With the numbers aligned and the visuals bright, I'm playing it perfect, I'm playing it right. From low to high, from soprano to bass, every position has its own special place. It's like a map, a blueprint of sound. With the trombone visualizer, I'm glory bound. Trombone visualizer, let it show me the way. In perfect harmony, no matter what they say. With math as my guide, I hit every note on the slide with precision. I'm ready to go. No more guessing where I go. Just follow the lines, it's all aglow. Each partial clear, each position true. With the trombone visualizer, I'm breaking through.
If you're looking to rent an instrument, there's an incredible way to rent to own some of the highest quality instruments available through rentmyinstrument.com. As many of you know, I'm a BAC endorsing artist, and I love the quality of their trombones. I play on a BAC Paseo W6 every day at Disneyland, and I love it. But BAC and Rent My Instrument offer way more than just trombones. They have a full catalog of instruments from beginner to professional level, including brass, woodwinds, and percussion. Not only that, but if you're a music educator, you can sign up for Virtual Booster Club, which allows your program to earn dollar-for-dollar credit to spend on BAC and 825 instruments, or even repairs. It's an easy way to fund your program while ensuring your students have access to high-quality instruments. Use my promo code TV to get 5% off your purchase at bacmusic.com or virtualboosterclub.com. That's promo code TV. Go check them out today and see how BAC is changing the game for musicians everywhere.